Hello everybody, my name is Zoe Rebekah. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be another episode of Cup of Zoe. So got my classic iced coffee here with me today, and for today's video I kind of wanted to focus on my mental health kind of check-in as a college student. I kind of wanted the focus of this video to be mainly about mental health and college and how they go together a lot and how they're currently affecting me in my life as a college student with mental health issues. It's always a fun time with that. But I've gotten this video suggested to me actually, and I thought it was a really good idea, and it's something I've been considering making for a little bit now, and I just decided to sit down and do it. And to be totally honest with you guys, my mental health has not been the best recently. I feel like a lot of my videos recently have been kind of trying to give off me trying to be more optimistic, and I am really trying to be more optimistic, and I don't want to stop trying to be optimistic, but the reality is I am struggling right now, and I don't want to like hide you guys from that, and I don't want to bullshit or sugarcoat anything, and I want to be really real with you guys because I know that's like part of what the appeal of my videos is just me being genuine and open and honest and trying not to sugarcoat things and harsh realities of life that I have to deal with. And I do have to deal with quite a bit of bullshit in my life, and I've had to deal with a lot of bullshit throughout my life, and I'm trying to move forward, but it doesn't mean that my past doesn't significantly affect me now and how it's going to affect me in the future. And it's important to acknowledge that while also trying to move forward at the same time. I'm trying not to dwell on my past, but I still have to address the problems that came from it. And when I first started to take the steps to start going to college, like I was really excited about it. I was nervous and scared and excited all at once, and I've talked to you guys about that, and I feel like that's a very normal combination of feelings to have before you start college. But I didn't start college until about 2 years after I graduated from high school, a little after 2 years. For a while I felt like that meant that I was behind or I'm starting late, but I am going to a school that is an accelerated program, and I'm going to wind up graduating with any other classmates I graduated from high school with that went to a 4-year college and started right after high school, so that's nice. But with that being said, college is a lot, and I'm really happy and I'm really thankful that I'm able to go to a school that's like a specialized school that I can study what I really want to study and get myself started with a real career and what I really want to do and what I'm really passionate about. I'm really grateful and fortunate that I'm able to do that because not everybody has that chance or that opportunity, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't come with its fair share of hardships and challenges, setbacks, stressors, all of that stuff. So I really just kind of want to be open and honest with you guys about that, and I want to just preface this all by saying that I am trying my best to maintain an open mind about everything and to try to be more optimistic than I have been in the past. I just can't be blindly optimistic, but I also can't be entirely cynical, and that's why balance is so important in life. But yes, so college just wasn't something that I was very familiar with at all before I started it, and I don't go to a traditional college. There's no dorms at my college, so that's like a very different thing for my school. There's not a lot of events where you go there. I mean, there's some events where you can go to the school and interact with people, but people don't usually choose to do that. There's not a lot of people who attend those events. I don't know. It's definitely not a typical college experience that I'm having right now, and that's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I just kind of have to adjust. And that's something that I've always struggled with, is just making adjustments as things are not exactly what I anticipate. And that is something that a lot of people struggle with in life, and that's just something that I personally struggle with and I would like to work on more. But it is a challenge nonetheless. I feel like I both didn't research or prepare enough before starting college, but also at the same time I'm kind of glad that I didn't have any like preconceived notions or expectations about what was to come, because I feel like if I did, that I would have wound up disappointed. So I don't know, I feel like no matter what I would have done, I would have doubted myself and questioned myself, because that's just what I tend to do, and I kind of need to catch myself in those moments and kind of stop it and move forward and not dwell about things that I can't change and the past that's already happened that I can't change. And everyone's college experience is gonna be different. But yeah, so the point of this video is to kind of talk about balance and mental health and college and school and life and all of that stuff and balancing it all. And truthfully, my anxiety has been out of control recently. My appetite hasn't been very good. I've been very depressed. I've been just very discouraged and unstable, and I feel like no matter what I do, I'll never be good enough. And those are just some things that I've struggled with my whole life, but they've really been at a peak right now. And it really has nothing to do with academics academics. Well, it's harder to do with academics, but that's not really the main problem. It's more just feeling like growing into adulthood and feeling like I'm not ready to be an adult. I'm not ready to grow up. I'm not prepared. I'm not equipped. I feel weak and I feel like I'm never going to be able to handle anything in a real adult setting. And at the same time, I feel like a lot of my childhood I spent forcing myself to mature too fast, that I didn't have enough of a childhood and I feel like I burnt the fuck out now, and I'm not even 21 yet. I turned 21 in a couple weeks, but I'm very young and I feel like I burnt myself out so much because of my past, and I just feel like I need to be at a point where like I'm okay with recharging myself, because the past decade of my life has been non-stop, just one thing after the other, and I haven't had a break and I haven't had any kind of opportunity to just recharge my batteries. And I feel like I need to be more accepting that I need to do that. I need to kind of prioritize school and not spend so much time worrying about things that I can't control. I'm just really in a funk right now. I gotta be real with you guys. I wanted to start making this video to try to get myself out of this place, experiencing these feelings that I've been talking about. But right now, I just need to be real with you guys. I'm in a funk. I feel really disappointed in myself for whatever reason. I don't know exactly what that reason is. I think it has a lot to do with YouTube, and I need to be real with you guys. I've been feeling very discouraged and very disappointed about how my YouTube channel is doing right now. I'm not getting views, not really getting much engagement, definitely not as much as I used to, and I feel like I don't know what to do about it. I've been trying to explore with different content. I've tried to promote my YouTube videos on different platforms, and it's taking over everything in my brain right now, and it's just making me feel so horrible. It's making me feel so shitty. It's making me feel so lost. And I've been doing YouTube for so long, since I was like 12, for over 8 years, and it's been such a big part of my life for so long. And I have the subscribers, but my subscribers aren't watching my videos, and that's what matters. And I'm starting to feel like these videos don't matter. And like I said, I've been trying to feel more optimistic recently, but in truth, I need to be honest with you guys, I'm feeling so horrible right now. I'm feeling so discouraged. I'm so anxious, and I feel like I'm just struggling with my purpose right now, I guess. And I feel like people go through this at certain points in their life where they struggle with feeling like they don't have a purpose or trying to find their purpose or whatever, but I always thought this was my purpose, and now I'm really questioning that, and it's really difficult, and I need to be honest with you guys about that. And like I said, I'm trying to prioritize school right now, because that's what really matters. I moved down here for school, and that's what should be my priority on top of, you know, just taking care of myself. But I've always prioritized YouTube so much. It's always been such a big part of my life. I've always enjoyed it so much. I've always just enjoyed keeping my editing skills sharp and being open with you guys and talking about different things that I'm passionate about. But recently I've been really questioning if doing it is worth anything, because I'm not getting anything from it. My network isn't growing. I'm not making money from it anymore. I used to, and now I don't. So I'm starting to feel like this isn't worth it anymore. I just need to be honest with you guys. I'm gonna take a break and come back a little bit later. Okay, so I was just editing this video, and obviously I was in a really weird headspace. I was in a really weird place when I filmed that video, and that was kind of intentional. I knew I was in a really bad place during that day. I wound up having a really bad breakdown later that day I filmed that video, but it was intentional to be vulnerable and to really document and express how I was really feeling in that moment. And I'm not taking back at all what I said. I did feel like that in that moment, and I still do feel like that a lot, but I still think it's important for me to add this in the video when I'm in a little bit more of a clear mindset right now, and just talk about, like, I am feeling very discouraged about YouTube, and it has been overwhelming, and it has been kind of taking over my mind a little bit and just making me feel very discouraged and very depressed. But now that it's a few days later and I'm in a little bit more of a clear headspace, I can say that while that is still valid and that's still true, and those feelings are still lingering and present and still suck, I failed to mention when I filmed this video, because I was in such a bad mindset at that point, that YouTube isn't just about that. And I shouldn't really have to say this, but I felt like it was still really important for me to say. YouTube isn't just about numbers, at least for me. It's never been a job for me. Like, I used to make a lot more money from it when I was getting more views. I'm not really making any money from it now. I wouldn't be doing it if it was for that, because I've never looked at this as a career, because I've never really made a steady income from it, and I've still continued to do it, and it's because I enjoy it so much. I'm not just making videos to get views and to make money and to, I don't know, become known or whatever. I'm making these videos to help people, whether that's one person or that's a bunch of people. I feel like I need to sometimes remind myself that it doesn't always matter if it's reaching out to like so many people. If I can help at least least one person, like that is enough for me. And also because I just enjoy doing this so much. I've been having a lot of doubts about it recently, but I don't know if I can ever really give it up just because it is such a piece of my identity. It is something that I care about and I'm so passionate about. And I don't know if I'm ever really gonna be able to give it up completely, even if I don't do it as much when I'm older. It's just something that I care about so much, and it's something that I enjoy doing so much. And I've been questioning whether I really enjoy it or not recently, but I don't know if I could live without YouTube, honestly. It's always been a hobby of mine. It's always been a passion of mine. It's always been an interest of mine. It's always been something that I've wanted to pursue further. And even though I'm kind of at a plateau and I'm kind of not growing in my engagement and my views and my numbers on YouTube, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop doing it. And I still want to try to be consistent with my uploads and my promotion and my engagement. And I'm still gonna do everything I can to keep this channel alive and to grow it more than it has been growing. Right now, it's just been a little discouraging what's going on with it, but it's just an entity that I enjoy so much that I don't know if I could ever give it up. And I felt like that was really important to add to this now that I'm in a little bit more of a clear headspace. Okay, so I'm so out of it right now, and I didn't know if I was just gonna completely scrap this video and start over or just continue with it, but I've done that a couple times now where I've just sat down and talked to you guys about really how I feel and just didn't finish the video, got rid of it. And I feel like now I kind of really want to be open and honest about it because that's always what I've done. I feel like there's a part of me that wants to hold back and there's a part of me that doesn't want to hold back. And the part of me that doesn't hold back feels better than the part of me that holds back. When I hold things back, I feel like my issues just get worse. And I just want to be totally real with you guys. So I just want to talk a little bit about school, but right now I do have a 4.0, which I'm really proud of myself about. I'm not here to brag about that, but I'm doing really well in school right now, and I feel like that's never enough for me. I'm doing so well, and that's what matters, but I feel like it's still not enough. And obviously, like, no one's grades define anybody's worth, but I would think that I would feel better about myself having these great grades in school, but I still feel horrible and I can't explain it. And I guess that just comes with having these mental health issues. But I also think it's important to add that, like, you're allowed to feel how you feel and you can't control your feelings, but it's also important that when you do feel bad, like how I feel right now, to look at the things that are going well. And I feel like it's so easy, and that's like everyone's first instinct, at least mine. I feel like this goes for a lot of people too. It's my first instinct to just think about everything that's going on, like all the time. Like the negativity is at the forefront of my mind, not what's going well right now. And it's a process, and I know it's going to be a long, hard process, but I know that it'll be worth it in the end, of me just gradually trying to just shift my attention more towards what's positive and what's going well. And I really need to stop beating myself up so much. And in reality, it is definitely going to be an issue that I'm always going to struggle with to an extent, but I have to manage it, and that's how my life is going to be. And I've accepted that, but I also know that I'm so much more than that. This is just like kind of a random thing, but something I feel like is really important to add here is that something that really enables and triggers my anxiety a lot more when it comes to school is procrastination. Years ago, I made a video about how to stop procrastinating, and at that time I really did struggle with procrastination, but I feel like I don't struggle with procrastination at all now, because when I did, procrastination would make my anxiety, my depression, everything so much worse. And when I started to gradually do tasks as soon as they were assigned, or as soon as they became tasks for me to do, I just start working on them and don't put it off. It really helps significantly. And it sounds like a small thing, but when you gradually work to improve on that aspect, if you struggle with procrastination like a lot of people do, then it really makes a huge difference when it comes to managing anxiety and self-doubt and depression and all of those things. I just feel like when I get things done ahead of time, or I start things ahead of time, it provides me with a sense of relief, and it helps me feel less pressure about getting it done before it's due, and it gives me more time to go over it and revise it or whatever. You definitely don't want to sit and try to do everything at once in one sitting, because that just fries your brain, and I have been there too. I have definitely been in places where I feel like, right now especially, I feel like because I'm struggling so much with feeling like I don't have purpose, or my anxiety is just so bad, or I'm just feeling really discouraged in myself, disappointed about how my life is going right now, I'll try to just do everything productive that I possibly can in one sitting to try to make myself feel better, or like numb those feelings, or distract myself really intensely, and that doesn't work out very well usually. It's important to maintain a balance in everything in life, like I've always talked about, and it always comes back to balance because it's just such a key thing in life, and balance is key is a saying for a reason, and I'm always going to come back to that. Always expect me to mention balance in my videos because it's just so important, and it's something that I personally have to remind myself of a lot because I have borderline and I'm a very black and white extreme thinker, and just reminding myself to feel more balanced and reminding you guys in the process is going to be helpful for both of us. But I just think it's really important to have a balance between not trying to sit down and accomplish everything at once, because your brain's going to be fried and you're going to get frustrated and you're just going to wind up feeling those emotions more so because you feel like you can't accomplish something that was unrealistic to begin with. But you also can't just sit and let it linger. You have to keep yourself distracted. At least for me, this is how it works. I have to like start doing my school assignments and things that I need to accomplish, but not in a way that it's overbearing. And that's part of the reason why it's so important not to procrastinate. So I'm allowing myself the appropriate amount of time to work on my assignments at a pace that is reasonable and healthy, and I have time for like little breaks in between where I can let my brain refresh and recharge. And if you're trying to rush through assignments, then your assignments aren't going to be very high quality. They might be complete, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be great work. And also I find it really helpful to get smaller assignments like little discussion posts or quizzes out of the way first, so I can really direct my focus towards more heavily weighted assignments like writing essays, you know, heavily weighted projects that impact my grade more so. I like to allow myself more time to get that done and to focus on it more by doing the smaller assignments first. Get them out of the way. Obviously you want to do your best and you don't want to like bullshit your way through those assignments. You want to make sure that they're well done and accurate as well. But getting those smaller assignments out of the way before you try to tackle a bigger, more lengthy assignment, then I just find that really helpful, and it allows me to really focus on the more weighted assignment more. I also really feel like it's important to participate in class, and this is something that I really struggled with in high school, but college and high school are very different, and people will tell you this when you're in high school or before you go to college. College and high school are very different, and even though my college is not like a traditional college experience, it's definitely very different than high school, and it's a specialized art school. So most people who are in my classes, even if they're not in my degree program, we all have the general interest of art and creativity, creative work. And I feel like as somebody who didn't have a lot of friends in high school, didn't really have any friends in high school, didn't really talk to people in high school, didn't participate in class, didn't interact with my classmates, didn't like my classmates, I feel like now in college, now that I'm in an environment where people are a little bit more accepting and more mature and just older, and we all have a common interest to an extent, that it's easier to feel more comfortable and confident with participating in class. And a lot of my classes are also really small and intimate feeling, and I feel like as I started to participate in class more and start to like talk to the teacher or like, you know, to the class about the class content in class, I feel like that gradually made it easier for me to be able to speak individually to my classmates, and just doing that slowly gave me more confidence in just speaking to my class, and doing that allowed me to be able to talk to the other girl in my class. I'm in different classes every term, but one of my classes right now is like 9 people and there's only one other female, and she and I were able to start talking and we became friends and learned we had a lot in common. But I don't feel like I would have ever been able to like have a conversation with her, like initiate that, if I didn't slowly build up my confidence by just speaking to the class, by participating in class. So I feel like especially if you struggled socially in high school, using college as a kind of blank slate, fresh start socially, academically, personally, overall is just really helpful, and has been really helpful for me to move forward. And yes, I clearly have some struggles going on right now, but I feel like I've really been able to move forward a lot more than how I was in high school, as I should. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm sorry this video is all over the place, but I just really wanted to be real with you guys and talk about mental health and college and studying and all that stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm sorry it was all over the place. You know, I'm really not sorry, because I want to be real with you guys, but I don't know, I'm still kind of feeling all over the place. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, share this video and my channel to those you think might be interested, and leave me comments down below. Please make sure you check out all my other videos on here. I worked really hard on my past couple of videos, so please check out all my other videos. Please share this video and all my other videos. Make sure you guys get copies of my memoir, Battles on the Borderline, and my poetry book and erotic anthology, and my psychology. Make sure you guys stream all of my my music out, my singles, Retrospection, I'm Zoe, I'm Lonely, in This Relationship, as well as my spoken word album, Metamorphosis. Make sure you guys listen to my podcast, Ebbs and Flows with Zoe Frenchman, available on any streaming platform you use. Make sure you guys follow me on all my other social medias. My Snapchat is Zoe Frenchman, my Instagram is Zoe R Frenchman, my Twitter is Zoe Rebekah F, and my TikTok is Zoe RF420. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.